Greninja's out in OU. That also means the Froakie's out in Little Cup. So we're going to try Froakie in Little Cup today. Unfortunately for us, Froakie's not particularly that good of a Pokemon, but we're going to do our best. My opponent brought Sticky Web in this game, so I have to find a way to get rid of those. I could actually lead off with Froakie, and that might actually not be too bad of an idea. They do have Glimmet, which could be Focus Sash, but, you know, I don't know if I'm going to get any better chance at doing something with Froakie. So I'm just going to see how it goes. Then we need to disguise our Zorua. And I want to disguise it as Crabrawler, I think. So that way the Girafarig feels more comfortable staying in. Alright, as I do lead off with Surskit, I'm going to click the Trailblaze. And that'll do a decent chunk. As the Icy Wind. Good, good, good. We'll Trailblaze again. This may convince them to want to knock it up Sticky Web there. So, I mean, I'll take that exchange. And now I can go into my Diglett with the Rock Blast. And if we get lucky, then they can't get up Sticky Web. Alright, so in game 1, the Froakie wasn't able to make it work. If I had gone for Substitute, I don't know if I would have been in berry range, but getting rid of the Sticky Web user always makes our life just a little bit easier. Okay. Okay, I still want to keep the Diglett around for Larvesta, especially if it's not Choice Scarfed, and of course for Glimmet. So sacking something doesn't sound great. One thing that doesn't do as much as Larvesta, actually. So if I can sack that to sleep, that'll be fine. They can stay in or they cannot. I'll just burn my turn of sleep. I don't think you'd stay in as a Toadscool. You could try to knock me off, but that really doesn't get you anything, except for a burn chance. And now I've burned the mandatory turn of sleep. So I don't know if that got you anything. Here I will see if I can wake up. I did not. So at this point, I'm actually going to switch into Drifloon here, as they do knock me off, which is unfortunate. But I am now unburden boosted, so I will outspeed them. And I'm going to just go for Acrobatics, and I will kill Toadscool. Alright, so we still have Larvesta to sack, and Drifloon's going to outspeed everything on their team, including Ghastly. They can go Glimmet, that's fine. I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp here as they kill me. That means I can go into my Diglett and they can Terrasilize. That is an option. But if they do that, then they've lost their Terrasilization option for Girafarig. And that's the concession that they'll be forced to make there. Of course, getting rid of Diglett is quite good. Many people are saying Diglett is broken. And I don't know if I necessarily agree with them. I think a Diglett ban might be a bit premature at this point, just given that in previous generations it hasn't been. We don't know how it's going to look in home or when the DLC comes out. And if we ban Diglett, I don't know how I feel about it, because we haven't had to ban Arena Trap yet. In any case, getting rid of Diglett for my opponent is quite good, but losing Terrassilization for Girafarig is pretty bad. So it looks like my opponent doesn't want to lose that option for Girafarig, which I understand. Okay, so Girafarig will come out. I think I want to just get damage on this, right? Because it's not like Zorua can kill in one hit anyway. So getting damage off on this is very good. And it looks like my opponent chokes there and does not decide to kill the Diglett. Unless they're Terra Flying, which I've never seen on Girafarig. Usually they're ground or dark, and the Terra Water doesn't do anything for them there. So, a bit of a misplay on my opponent's part. At this point, I'm going to sack my Larvesta. It's not doing anything. I can still keep the Diglett around for their own Larvesta, which will definitely help. And I'll just die to Shadow Ball, yeah. Now I can go into Zorua, and they'll probably not expect this to be Crabrawler. There's no way you bring Crabrawler in. So I can just knock off though, as I guess they don't expect that. Cool. And at this point, Larvesta can go for the flame charge and maybe do something. But I do have an actual Crow Brawler in the back. And it will get poisoned, it won't get burned, so it can't get burned and stalled out that way. Okay. So, well, that was a decent game. Froakie didn't get to do too much, but it did prevent Sticky Web, which I definitely will take. Okay. Magnemite could be Choice Scarf. Very annoying for this team. I don't like Choice Scarf Magnemite. I only have Diglett for it. And I don't have a real water type to absorb Flash Cannon, so Flash Cannon is also very free against my team. I guess Larvesta to some extent. Larvesta is okay in this game. It deals with Onyar to an extent. If you wanted to lead off with the Magnemite, leading off with the Zorua allows them to get a free hit. If I lead off with my Diglett, I can trap everything except for a potentially Choice Scarf Sprigatito. But I do have a Larvesta switch in for that. So maybe I'll lead off with Diglett in case they lead off with Magnemite, because I can protect and see what they're going to do. Choice Scarf Magnemite against Little Cup with, I believe I am, water on this, right? Yeah, I am. And I calc this specifically. The Flash Cannon is not going to kill me if I Terrestrialize, yeah. Okay. And then Zorua, once again, as the Crow Brawler, I think is the play. They lead off with their own Diglett. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. And when Speed Tie lost, and we lose our Diglett. Okay, so I'm going to go Froakie here. See if we can get off a Trailblaze. And, cool. I'm going to substitute on their Sucker Punch. Because I would expect you to be Sword Stance Sucker Punch. Ooh, you're not. Well, don't mind if I do. Okay, I'm going to Acrobatic Seer. Now you'll notice this Froakie is Torrent and not Protean, but that's because I don't really think that it's useful to have Torrent, or to have Protean, I don't think. I'll just liquidate here. And I'm going to outspeed you. I don't think they expected me to go for liquidation there. Otherwise, they would not have switched in their Magnemite. I think they expected Acrobatics, which would make sense. But when you've turned yourself into a flying type, what's my incentive for that? I'm going to sub up here. They may Shadow Ball. But now that I have my Oran Berry activated, my Acrobatics is going to be doing quite a lot. I'm actually curious to see here. Froakie. Oh. Give me just a sec. Okay, it looks like the Acrobatics does not kill. So you probably should not go for that. Okay. I'm just going to liquidate here, I suppose. And maybe it would have killed after all. Because it looks like they were not... the Acrobatics with the... I'm not sure what that is. Very confused. Very confused. Alright. That a Sprigatito set. They do, good. So it does get Sucker Punch. I'm going to substitute again here, predicting them to go for Sucker Punch. As it looks like I'm outplaying my opponent, but I am not. I'm just expecting them to have Sucker Punches, and they aren't yet. That is a roll and a half. 47 to 53. I will take that. Okay, now I'm going to go for Trailblaze, why not? And that will make me outspeed the Choodle if it wants to go for Shell Smash. Go for Jaw Lock, that's understandable. Alright, that's a fantastic game. Now, my opponent's team definitely had some scary things. We had Magnemite, which was a problem for this team. The Choodle was, always scary. But not the biggest deal, to be honest. Sprigatito could have also been a decent threat. And the Diglett turn 1 got that Speed Tie win, which was unfortunate. But Froakie just completely brought it back and was able to almost solo this entire team by itself. That game right there makes Froakie look broken in Little Cup. I don't think that it's broken Little Cup. I think that that game just shows that this particular set actually has some decent usage. I think that Froakie's lost a couple of things that it had in previous generations, like Hidden Power, which were very useful. But having the ability to speed boost with Trailblaze isn't bad. And the acrobatic set with the Terra type of flying, well, we didn't see the flying come into play here, but I think that in particular gives Froakie a powerful move. In the past, you've had to use Hydro Pump, and I think that still is a viable option, but I think that this isn't too bad. Alright, my opponent's got Shelter. I've got to respect the Shelter at all times, otherwise we're going to lose. And even if I respect the Shelter, I'll probably still lose. And they have a Voltorb, which doesn't get trapped by Diglett necessarily because it's a speed tie, and they can Terra Blast Ice. I'm Terra Water, but I don't want to play Terra Water versus Terra Ice mind games. It's just not going to work out for anybody involved. Mostly me though. It's always not going to work out for. Okay. I'm going to lead off with Diglett in case they decide to get up Sticky Web, because then I can just Rock Blast it, right? I've seen this guy before. They're a really good player. Gotta watch out for them. Okay, Zorua. Who do we want to disguise Zorua as? Zorua as maybe... Froakie, actually. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. Good call on my opponent's part. I'm just going to Earthquake you here. And that was a good call because you were able to predict me to want to trap your Surskit and go for Rock Blast. So I can definitely get behind that. Now, if I go into Crabrawler, they have Hatna and they have Voltorb. You can static pair me. I don't like that. They also have the Deerling, which is really annoying, as we saw in the previous episode. And Froakie is really frail. I don't know how I like that. Let's see. Shelter, Little Cup, Shell Smash. Froakie does not kill with acrobatics. It only does 30%. It's a roll technically, I think, but Zorua does 35 to 45 with knockoff. 7 HP. It only has the 1% chance or whatever that is to get the 9 roll, which is what we need. Okay. And then... oh man, this is rough. Alright, Crabrawler, of course, will be fine. I guess I'll just go Crabrawler. Yeah, something like that. And I'll just Thunder Punch, because I don't want them Shell Smashing on me. I could Terrasilize, technically speaking, but I figured they might just sack it, because they don't want to play any mind games. Shelter is pretty low, so it doesn't make it a high value keeping thing. Okay. I want to keep my Crabrawler healthy for the Deerling and the Zorua. We'll see if I can manage that though. Okay. I guess the other thing is they don't know if I am Zorua, which is why they'll probably sack that. I forgot about that. Okay. Do I need Larvesta? I need it for Deerling, I think. Okay. I might just sack Froakie in this game. I don't know if it's doing too much for me. As they go for a Psychic and it does a lot of damage. I'm gonna go for Acrobatics here, because that's strong. I think this is my strongest move. And if they go Deerling or Surskit on the expected liquidation, then that'll do even more damage. Now let's see if we can get a Speed Tie win. Come on, Speed Tie win. Alright, now I'll liquidate. Okay, I'll take it. Now we go into Crabrawler, which is actually Zorua. And we just click knockoff. I mean, this is pretty obviously a Zorua here, because why would I go into my Crabrawler just to get outsped by Voltorb? But I don't really think you have anything that wants to switch into Choice Scarf from knockoff. And if you get the pair on me, then that's really good for you. So I guess that's That's understandable. Let's go for knockoff here. Look it up, Sticky Web. I still have my defogger though. And I can defog against Hatena and it doesn't matter. Hazards will go away no matter what. So I'll take that. If I'd had a Quaxley here in this slot, that would have been a lot worse for me. I'm gonna go into my Larvesta here. We were saving it specifically to get the Deerling burned, if at all possible. Headbutt, yep. Just U-turn on you. Because I don't think you'll stay in. Now we can get the defog off. So that's what we'll do. They can always Nuzzle, or Psychic, or maybe they carry Shadow Ball, I'm not sure. But we'll get rid of the Sticky Web either way. That's the main thing we want this for. Yep, Nuzzle, right there. Now just throw off an Acrobatics. Go for Mystical Fire. Fair enough. Go back into the Larvesta. Again, if this is actually Larvesta or if it's Zorua, doesn't matter. Getting something burned would be great. I'll go Pro Brawler here though. Might as well. And I can just click the safe Drain Punch. And Drain Punch will take out this guy. And it'll take out Deerling as well. So they can't switch into it. I'll go back into Larvesta, see if I can get a lucky burn in the end. If I can't, then, you know, that's just the luck of the draw. They turn into a Psychic type. Ooh, Trailblaze, which is interesting, but they get burned. Oh, that's unfortunate for them. So they go for Headbutt, and I get the Morning Sun off. Morning Sun again. I mean, they have a good chance to flinch me all the way down, but on the chance that they don't, then I can just get them pretty low. Now I'm going to U-turn, it's pretty safe. I think U-turn will win the game. Alright. You know, I have definitely seen this guy on the ladder before. I don't know very many people, but I definitely know this guy. And pretty pleased to take down somebody I recognize, and I think that he's pretty good at the game. I mean, to be fair though, that's the reason why I'm able to play around this a little bit better, just because I know they're not going to make really weird, crazy plays. And so a lot of their plays were pretty understandable, and I sort of knew where they were coming from. The Deerling set was interesting. Trailblaze, I don't know if Deerling really needed this speed, so I don't really think a Trailblaze Deerling is the best option, personally, but, you know, we'll take it. Froakie didn't get to do too much in this game on paper, but we actually got off a good chunk on the Voltorb, to the point where we were able to kill it with the Zorua. So I will definitely take that, because the Voltorb was definitely a problem, especially since my Diglett was dead pretty early on, sadly enough. Yeah, we didn't let the shoulder sweep us, so I am going to call that a day. I think this was a fantastic video. Froakie did an amazing job, and I think this is one of those times where I can say in the thumbnail that hey, this Pokemon is busted. And even if it's not actually busted, I think this video made it look busted. So I'm going to quit while I'm ahead and call it a day. So I'll catch you guys next time.